Hi, I'm Kev, and before you set your watches back, no, it's not 1982. This is Honda's very, very cool retro CB1100. So what is this new Honda about? Well, it's back to a nice simple age. It's 1100 cc's, well, it's actually 1140 cc's, but it's only 90 horsepower. It's got 96 newton meters of torque, so it's a nice mellow ride. I know that the word nice shouldn't really be used for motorcycles, but that's exactly what this bike is. Pleasant, if you want another word. It handles nicely, it's smooth, it's torquey, it's just effortless to live with. It's a longer stroke, it's actually got 12mm more stroke than it has bore, so contrary to the modern trend of everything being over square and revvy, this thing's quite happy to just cruise along. You can do 60 k's an hour, quite happy, top gear 2 up, roll it on and it'll just keep going. Runs out of puff at about 185, 190 k's, it'll do 200-ish if you really ask it, but that's not what it's about. It's twin shock. In fact, if you turned up in a historic race on this, you'd probably find that this is closer to the original CB900, CB1100 than most of the classic race bikes out there. It's not completely old school. The dash looks old school. It's got a rev counter and a speedo, but rather than having the idiot lights in the middle, it's got a little LCD display that shows you all the relevant information that you'd ever need. The brakes are so much better than they ever had in the 80s. It's got CABS, so it's got combined ABS brakes. What that means is if you apply the rear brake pedal, it's going to operate one front disc as well, just to keep everything nice and in line. Continuing with the classic theme, it's got fins, so people could be saying, yeah, it's got fins to look air-cooled. This little puppy is air-cooled. It's got a small oil cooler, but realistically it looks like an old Honda engine because, to a large extent, it is. I took this bike for a spin. I was in a group, and when we stopped, a couple of the guys asked how old it was and did I restore it. They were a bit surprised when I said it's about 3 weeks old. This is as it comes out of the showroom floor. One of the things that makes it look old school even to the engineering type is the fact that the cam chain tensioner is located between number 2 and 3 cylinders, just like they did back in the 70s and 80s. If you're looking for an old school bike but don't really want to dick around with carburetors, things breaking down and the fact that it's old and irreplaceable, fuel injection, absolutely seamless, electronic ignition. It's got all the benefits of having an old school bike that you have to meticulously keep fettled in a simple, easy plug and play package. What's it like on the road? In a word, effortless. It's got a 140 section rear tyre, it's got 18-inch wheel, so it's kind of old school retro again. What it does show is that a lot of today's bikes are over-tired. It's a big bike, it's 248 kilos, but it's just so effortless to ride through the corners. It handles surprisingly well. It's just a really nice package that would suit the returning rider, the older rider, or just a rider with nothing to prove.